Well, guys, I want to thank you for viewing this, and I want to introduce you to one of our VIP clients, customers, Susie. We won't give out her last name though. We'll just call it the Susie Project in St. Paul. So, Susie, tell me a little bit about yourself and your connection to the job that we did.
The home.
The home, yes.
I actually lived there when I was a child. I think I maybe moved in when I was like 6 or 7, and it's kind of a funny story. My mom had started dating the previous owner, and he lived upstairs, we lived downstairs as a duplex at the time, and he was kind of like a father figure to me and my brother. And we lived there for a few years, and things didn't work out between them, so we ended up moving away. Me and John, the previous owner, lost touch. And, over the years we kind of got in contact here and there, but lost touch. And then just a few years ago we got back in touch, and I was able to take care of him a little bit, but he wasn't in the home anymore. He was in assisted living, and the house was condemned at that point. And his dream was to have it fixed up so he could move back in. And I told him I would do that for him, and kind of looked at it, and it was condemned. So it was a lot of work, but I told him I would do it if that's what he really wanted. And he ended up passing. He left me the home, and I didn't know what to do with it. But I met you guys, and you were able to help me fulfill that dream that he had for this house to be restored. And so for me it meant a lot just to see it go from a condemned state to something livable, because it meant so much to him. And then just seeing it from when I was a kid to the condemned state to where it went.
How did that make you feel when you go back to when you were living there and the memories that were there, and then going into the home after St. Paul had condemned it, basically?
For one, I remember it bigger. If you're a little kid, you're in your room and it seems so big, but it was smaller than I remembered it just as an adult, going in. But I had a lot of memories there, and just to see the house in the condition that it was in, it kind of, it made me sad. But I was happy to be able to even see it in that condition, because it was such a big part of my life.
Awesome.
And so even though I only lived there for a few years, there was a lot of love between, the previous owner, John, and me and my brother. We got really close, and we never lost that over the years, even though we lost touch. So, I felt good just to see it the way that it was, but of course I wanted it to be perfect again.
Right.
I guess it was never really perfect,
But it was perfect to you.
It was, and that's where I grew up, and that was our home, but, it was in a state where nobody could live there, so.
That's a good thing that, whether it was, air quote, perfect or not, when you're living there, that is your home. So that is perfect to you.
Oh yeah, lots of memories. I
Right.
remember talking to a boy in that corner, or, roller skating in the basement, or playing hide and go seek in that closet, so there was a lot of that. And then my brother had come out when I first initially was trying to get it started, and he was telling me he had some contractors maybe that could look at it. So when my brother came out, of course my brother was younger when we lived there, and he didn't remember or have too many memories of it, but it kind of jogged his memory seeing the layout, and he had bits and pieces that even came back to him.
Did he get to see it afterwards?
Only pictures.
Okay. So speaking of the basement and you roller skating down there, I know we did I thought a big transformation of the basement. How did you get down there? Did you go through the hidden stairs underneath the stairwell?
In the front.
Yes.
That's how we got down there.
Okay.
Yeah, the scary stairs.
I thought they were both scary. I had to almost go down sideways, although I'm a lot bigger than you.
Yeah.
I didn't know how in the world the shower surround and that got down there. or anything else because it was so tight.
Yeah, when I went down there as an adult, I was just like, that's where monsters live, but it was such a small space, but, we went through the front. Usually, I'm sure we use the back sometimes too, but mainly the front stairwell.
Yeah, wow. So, let's get on to, we met you in February of 2021, I think it was.
I think so.
And you used, or we were connected through a lead service that we work with.
Yes.
And then you met with our designer, John, yeah. And then I came out also to meet with you, and I think you had one or two of your children with you at the time.
Probably.
And kind of just went over everything. Tell me about that process and how that went for you from the start of meeting us to going forward.
So that was so crazy. It was, the city was on me, and I didn't know what to do. I was working a lot, and so I had actually called my best friend, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Can you look for like a contractor, or I don't know what we're looking for, but can you find me somebody? So she's the one that actually put my information in that lead, and I only got 2 hits. One of them was you guys, and another, I don't remember the name of the other company. And so I was like, okay, let me meet with these, because the city had given me such a tight schedule to get things done. So I actually met with the first contractor. It seemed like he was trying to talk me out of it, and I wasted his time. That's how I felt based off of like the attitude that he gave. And then, a couple days later, I think I met with John, and I'm going to tell you, it was such a breath of fresh air because, it's a lot. And he came in and he told me, at first I was thinking, like, what is this, but he started taking pictures, he started measuring, he started helping me have a vision, and took it seriously. And like when I left and I was driving home, I called my best friend and I told her, I have a really good feeling about, like, I was excited after I met with him because he gave me a vision and took me seriously, and then I just felt like I was finally moving. And so then when I met with you and we started talking about it more, it became more tangible, and it became like I was like, it's happening, it's it's going to get done, like, because like seriously, I knew nothing about how to even start, and you guys like really helped direct me, and things that needed to get done, they were done. And I didn't have to, because it was a stressful time, like I cried because like, the city was on me and I didn't know what to do, and then they were going to charge me $20,000 to tear it down, and where's my help? And I even asked them like, who can help me? I don't know what I'm doing, and you guys just kind of took that over for me, and it felt really good. It was like just so much lifted off of me.
That's good to hear. That's good to
hear. It was a great experience.
We, after John put the design together, and when he puts the design together, he hands it over to me, and then I go and cost it. And, of course, everything had to be redone. And needed all new electrical, needed all new plumbing. Everything was brand new in that house when we were done.
Yeah.
And, we went over John, I don't know if it was John or John and I both. I talked to you over the phone, I think it was, and went over some numbers with you. And there was a little bit of difficulty in, for whatever reason, and I'm not gonna, ask, but of getting and securing the financing for it.
Yes.
How were you feeling at that time when you were dealing with that potentially?
I try to be a positive person, so even when I see a closed door, I try to see an open door. So I would tell myself, it's going to work out. It's going to work out, because there was that side of me where my stomach was like, what am I going to do? And you guys stepped in. Like, it's really weird, because it's like when I met you guys, everything just kind of flowed. Like, I didn't even have to ask for you to help me with that. and it just was already there, the option. And so it wasn't very long that I had to sit in that low because I didn't know, what would I do? Like, you don't ask for that to me, And so to have that option right away, if this doesn't work out, was great because it's, like I said, I try to stay positive, and then there it was, right there. And it was something I didn't have to think about so long, and I was in a very stressful place during that time at work. I was working like 16, 17-hour days, and to not have to think about that during that time was a lot.
We try to relieve as much stress from people as possible. And sensing that there was the financing hurdle that needed to be overcome.
Yeah.
Because you were talking to some family and some friends and that. And so how did you feel when I just threw out there, we can get it arranged for you?
It was great. I mean, it was like I said, I didn't even have to think about it so long because I was at a point where I was starting to think about it, and then it just like was there and a whole new opportunity opened. So it was like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I have this. So I didn't even have to worry about it anymore. So it was, there was no stress.
Your project was way different than what we're used to. Not as far as the depth of work that needed to be done, but it was one to where you, and I'm going to say this kindly, either trusted us fully or were very foolhardy because you didn't have any real input. You allowed us to go with our vision after listening to you of what you wanted the house to look like, and again just said, go for it.
Yeah.
Why did you do it that way?
Because you guys gave me a chance. Like I said, when John came, he took it seriously, and I told you what I wanted, and I had a great feeling from the start. Like I said earlier, when I drove home, I was excited. And so to me, after meeting you and after, I think I met Kurt and John, I believe you can feel people.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel if this person is genuine, you can feel if these are good people, and I felt that from you guys. Like I told my best friend, like, these people are great. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was so grateful to have you guys, and I didn't think, to me it was, okay, I've been in this situation for this long, the city's on me, and I'm meeting these people that just are so great. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't have certain times where I'm like, people haven't been very nice to me in the past. Could these people be taking advantage? But I told myself, I have gone this far, and like this has come in, and everything was moving so smoothly, and you guys were like really taking me seriously and helping me in the areas and listening to what I was saying. I took a chance with that, and I did. I trusted you guys. I really did. And I had a family member drive by once because I was out of town most of the time you guys did that, and they called me up and they told me, whoever you have working on the house, he's like, they're in there working. He's like, I drive by there a couple times, and I'm going to tell you right now that they are working. And he said every time he goes by, nobody's sitting around, like you guys were actually doing the work. And, I appreciate and so grateful that I found you guys.
We're glad you gave us the opportunity. So you had it as a duplex.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked to you about, do we keep it as a duplex or move it to a single-family home? Just thinking for the resale for yourself.
Yeah.
And it was rezoned or whatever as a single-family home. So we then had to kind of switch plans a little bit.
Yep.
And make it into the single-family home. What do you think of the upstairs? When it was the John's place, and where the kitchen was, which then became the master bedroom, where the living room was becoming another bedroom where the, I call it a turret window. What was that used for?
That was John's room, the previous owner.
Okay.
It was his bedroom.
Okay. That room was beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that one.
I used to jump on his bed in that room.
So what did you think of the transformation of the upper level?
I thought it was amazing. I mean, there a lot of what my vision was, because I thought, okay, if we go into a single family home, maybe the kitchen can be the master, since there's a bathroom right there, but then you added another room, and then there was a bathroom, and it was so big. Like, I couldn't even believe how big it was. I mean, you know, when it was open, it was one way, but I don't know how you guys did it, honestly. Like, to have that vision and have each room, like, all the rooms were nice size. The bathroom was
They
big.
were huge.
Yeah, and so it was like a home. When I came in, it was like a home. So that was really neat to see.
What do you think of the barnwood on that master wall, master bedroom wall?
From the garage.
We found that, we found that in the garage, and I told the guys, let's remove this separator. I just wanted it to be just one big garage. But do not throw that wood away. I like it. We need to utilize it some way, somehow in this home.
Yeah, it was really neat. One of my favorite pieces of the new home, because it was like a little piece of the old home, is still living on. It almost made me wish me and my brother would have carved our initials in there somewhere. When we
Speaking
were
of
kids.
initials, someone did.
Oh, yeah.
And we made sure that those initials stayed
Yeah.
rather than cutting a piece.
Yeah, it's just part of the history of the home. It's really neat.
Yeah, I thought that wall turned out gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I thought it turned out gorgeous. So then we bring it down to the lower level. And I believe as you walk in, what we made into the study, that was your mom's bedroom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a transformation.
Yes. Very big transformation. I love it. The double doors.
Yeah.
It made it look so rich,
It did. And you know the story of those double doors?
Mm-mm.
We salvaged them from another project. And the homeowner of that project wanted us just to toss them. And I looked at them and I said, no, these are going into Susie's project.
Yeah.
We're going to, clean them up. We're going to, fill up the dings, get them enameled, painted, and use them for that room.
Yeah, they're
And
amazing.
and
Love
the
it.
reason I also thought of doing it there is because I thought it'd be an extra special thing in memory of your mom, transforming that room for her.
Yeah. She came and saw the house. She
She
loved
did.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
I took
wow.
her there right before. I think it was sold already, but we hadn't, finished off everything, and I took her so she could see. And
What was
she
her
loved
thoughts
it.
of it all?
Oh, she loved it. She couldn't even believe it. It was a complete transformation, and it was so open, just the color choices, and then, the paint and the carpet, it really opened it up. Like, it was so big. And then you took that wall out.
What'd you think of that?
That was what I wanted.
And I didn't even ask you for that. We just thought, actually, one of our carpenters said, you know what, Chad and John, I think we should do this. So
Yeah.
we followed his key on that and opened it up. We ran into little issues with the city on that one.
Oh, really?
But we got that all taken care of. We made sure that all the headers were proper for it, but it did open it up.
Yeah, and that I had a dream that wall was gone. And so I think I had mentioned it in the very beginning, and somebody wasn't sure if it was like,
Structural.
yeah. And so I was like, oh, because I thought it would be neat if you could see the stairs from the living room. And then, I just thought it was like, wall you can take out. So when I saw that, I was so excited because the stairs are beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
In there, and just to be able to see that, walking through the home, it was like a home.
What'd you think of the new stairwell to the basement? Was it a little bit less creepy?
Oh my gosh, it was so easy. Not scary at all.
Yeah, and able to get a big washer and dryer down there.
It's nice and wide.
So then we move into, what was that little room? We had the dining room. area, and there was that little room right off of the dining room.
Yep.
We made it into a bedroom, a small one,
Small.
but it's still classified as a bedroom.
Yes.
Was that your bedroom?
Me and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and my brother's bedroom in that closet. You know, we play hide and seek in there, or hang on the clothing bars, or whatever it may be. But a lot smaller than I remembered.
That thing was tiny.
Yeah.
I think barely made specs for a bedroom size. But.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we moved you then finally into the kitchen and the third bathroom. You know, the kitchen I thought was an amazing transformation. And budget-wise, we didn't have it in the budget to do the custom cabinets that we normally put into a home. You know, so we went to big box store cabinets, and I thought they looked great.
They were spectacular. The whole kitchen was just a change. I mean, it was amazing. Even my kids are like, "Mom, we need a kitchen like this." You know, I'm in there playing with the drawers that slow down and they shut.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Yeah, it was really nice.
So then we stepped to the back. We tore down the back section of the house, basically. There's 2 porches, and which opened up that area. We had to take out some trees because they were dead and dangerous, but then built the big deck back there. And, how'd you feel about us doing that?
The deck was beautiful. I think it really made the house more modern. You know me, I like the porch. It brings back a lot of memories from when I was a kid, and I'm like a thunderstorm person, so I like the porches, but definitely understood. I mean, the porch on the upstairs and downstairs, they needed to come out. And the deck is beautiful, and I think that there's a lot of room to family time out there, and you know, because that's the first thing I saw. Like, I was moving in here, put a barbecue grill right there. Me and my kids would sit out here, you know. It was beautiful.
One thing I don't know if you noticed or not, when we replaced the front door, we reused that for the garage service door. So we repurposed that just to, again, try and keep some costs down, but to keep everything to reuse.
Yeah, I can see it in my memory now. I didn't notice that, but I can see it now from when I was walking around out there.
So after the project was done, or almost done, I had told you initially that I see the project being a 6-month project. It should have been a year project with as much work as it needed.
Yeah.
So I was pretty pushing our guys hard. We didn't quite make the 6 months, it was 8 months. But overall, I thought for as much work as what was done there, it was done in a good time fashion. How did you feel about that?
Oh, I learned a lot, you know, with deadlines. COVID had a lot to do with it too, and ordering things, and things come up, you know. So again, I'm a positive person. When it gets done, that's when it was supposed to be done, and that's how I try to look at things instead of, you know, like get angry about it. So I just go with the flow, and it'll get done when it's going to be done, and it will be done right.
Yeah. No, so shortly before it was officially done, we had some finishing touches, punch list items that we were doing, and we had helped you get it listed. How did you feel about the offer that came in? Because it came in more than what it was listed for.
Yeah, I think I had 2 offers, I think. Or maybe, I can't remember now. I remember there were 2 different ones, and then somebody kind of upped the price. I was very excited about that. That's what I was hoping for. You know, that it would sell for more than what it was listed, since that's like the going thing right now.
Right.
And it was so fast. I try not to make a decision on if I'm excited or if I'm mad or anything like that. And I was like so excited. Let me just rest. You know, I think I even slept on it that night because I needed to let it kind of sink a little bit, and then went for it.
Do you know the story behind the person that bought it?
A little bit. I think they told me she was, she liked the culture and she was a teacher or, I was, initially I wanted a family in there just so that would, there'd be people going up there, kind of like I did.
Mhm.
But once I read her story, I thought it fit and I was excited. And you never know.
Did you know that she had a prior house that she wanted?
No.
What had happened was the person that bought your home had already decided on a home. And then this one, the listing hit. They didn't get notice of the listing, but they were just driving through and the lady said to her realtor, let's stop here, I want to take a look at this house.
So neat.
And the moment that she walked in the front door, before she got any further, she said, this is the house I want.
I have goosebumps right now. That is so neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I believe in stuff like that. Stuff happens just like how I met you guys and how everything just fell into place and then she came along, like look at what happened for her to get into that home.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, well, other than that, I think everything is good to go. Life is good for you. You went on a little vacation.
I did.
Awesome.
Mexico.
Fun. Where'd you stay?
I was in Merida.
Okay.
And then we went to a few other states and looked around. I had some locals, or staying with some locals, so I got to see real Mexico, and
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's always best to see real Mexico rather than the tourist Mexico,
Yeah.
because that's not the real
Yeah,
thing.
we went to a tourist spot, but I like the going to the
The
markets
authentic.
and the different, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
now
people-
next time I go, if I do stay at a resort, it's fine. But because I've already experienced it, but Mexico's big.
Yeah.
32 states, I think I read somewhere, and I visited 3.
Well, you got, what, that makes another 9 or 10 trips for you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let me finally just ask you, Susie, overall, were you pleased with what we did for you?
Very pleased.
Were you pleased with the process?
Yes, 110%.
And
110%.
would you, down the road, recommend refer us to anyone?
Everyone. I hope to be able to do that for you
Awesome.
guys.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. And thank you for trusting us.